Making money on Etsy is not that easy, and we're going to find that out in this reaction video. So I know this YouTuber, Jensen Tung, makes really quality videos and really gives it his all, and will put in a lot of time and effort to making this AI pattern Etsy store as successful as he possibly can. You've seen a ton of videos on this topic of the easiest AI side hustles. It's not that easy to make a successful Etsy store. So we'll see how he did in his challenge in this reaction video. I'm looking forward to getting into this one, see how he does with this challenge, and to hopefully show you guys it's not as easy as it seems. So recently on the channel, I've been making a lot of Etsy videos and how to actually be successful on Etsy from someone who has made over $7,000 per month on Etsy. So definitely check those videos out. Or if you like this reaction style video, there's a bunch more on the channel as well. Now let's get into this one.
I'm going to try to sell AI art patterns for 30 days. I'll be going over the whole process, from generating to uploading to advertising. With people reportedly making hundreds of thousands of dollars, let's see how much money.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. All these videos of these YouTube finance business gurus, trying to say that this is the easiest side hustle and you can make tens of thousands of dollars, which some people are. But for the 99% of people going to try this in a very saturated niche, it's not going to work out. So we'll see how it works out.
The first step is to pick an AI art generator. I'll be specifically choosing Midjourney for its features. Let's generate a watercolor eggplant. Ooh, straight from the farm. Now, the goal is not to generate just any art. It's to generate patterns, art that can be seamlessly repeated. People use them to create scrapbooks, cards, notebook covers, packaging, and print-on-demand products like phone cases, pillows, and mugs. The list goes on, which makes patterns a potentially great product to sell. There seems to be a big need for them. This AI eggplant art doesn't seamlessly repeat, so let's make one that does. To do so with Midjourney, I simply need to add the command --tile to the end of my prompt. This will make the art seamlessly repeat and generate an AI pattern. We got eggplants for days. The plan is to sell on Etsy. It is an online marketplace that focuses on arts and crafts and is a popular place to shop patterns, or what they also call digital paper. To determine what patterns I should sell, I'm going to use Etsy's search suggestions and eRank, a free Etsy keyword research tool to find popular niches that don't have too much competition. Some I've stumbled upon.
Okay, so I do like that he is going for low competition patterns here, which is definitely something I recommend with Etsy, but still with patterns it's going to be pretty hard to tap into any niche here because there's just so many, and it's hard to come up with new pattern ideas. So we'll see what he comes up with. Also, the other thing about this whole trend of AI side hustles is you don't need AI for this. Like, you could have easily made that eggplant design or any of these other patterns without AI. Maybe it would take a little bit longer. So I guess in that situation, this cuts the time like in half or maybe greater than half. But before, you definitely could have done this without AI.
Includes certain types of flowers, materials, and food. I wasn't playing with those eggplants. On Etsy, patterns are typically sold as a 300 dpi image that measures 3600 by 3600 pixels in resolution. There's a problem. Midjourney can't export AI patterns in those measurements. Its maximum output is 72 dpi.
Okay, so fast forwarding a bit here because he's basically getting to the intricacies of how to make these patterns on AI, which isn't really the main point of what we are interested in this video. It's if these patterns can actually sell and make money with an Etsy business just selling patterns. So skipping forward a little bit.
Etsy are usually sold in packs. So I'm going to sell mine in packs of 8. With all my AI patterns generated and upscaled, I'm now ready to create a listing.
Okay, the problem with that pack of eggplants, in my opinion, is if you're buying a pack of something, you don't want all 8 of the designs to essentially be the same. Like, they technically were different. If we can go back, they're technically different, right? But people would probably look for 8 different vegetables. So one would be eggplant, carrots, tomatoes, whatever for them. So just my opinion on that, but I do think that's how it would go.
The first is to upload my AI patterns for my buyers to download. But Etsy only lets you add up to 5 digital files. 5 digital files, 8 patterns, the math doesn't add up. How am I going to do this? What I'm going to do is upload all my AI patterns into a folder on Google Drive. Then I'm going to grab the link to it and place it in the document. I'll include some branding, my thing.
That's definitely a good workaround, and how to sell a digital product is just put it in a private linked Google Doc. You can use Dropbox or whatever, but definitely a good workaround for selling digital products. So definitely remember that one if you're looking to sell digital products on Etsy.
thanks, and a reminder to leave a 5-star review. I'm going to export the document as a PDF and then upload it to Etsy. And there you have it, problem solved. Next up, the photos. Using Photoshop, I've designed 2 templates to use. One for the thumbnail, which displays a title and a
Okay, so like I said, he's a pretty good designer, and these look pretty good professional. You know, it kind of looks like a book with like a wrapping around it, so it's actually like a physical book, even though it's digital. So definitely looks good. So I think he's giving it a full and good effort here.
a quick preview of all the listings patterns, and one that gives a full preview of 4 patterns. With 8 patterns per pack, I'll need to prepare 2 of these per listing. Third on the list is pricing. To be real, patterns on Etsy don't sell for much. They average around $1 to $5.
So this is a huge problem with selling patterns on Etsy. While there's going to be no cost of the product like other print on demand products like a shirt, you got to buy it on Printful for $9, sell it on Etsy for $20 plus $5 shipping. You make $14 before the fees, which are pretty minimal on Etsy. So you're really going to make like $11, $12 with this. If you're selling it for $1.99, it costs, I think it's 20 cents or 30 cents still on Etsy to make a new listing. So every time you sell it, you're also going to cut off 20 or 30 cents starting with $2. So your profits are very small here. You know, so even if you're able to get one sale per day, you're literally making like $1 per day. So pretty hard to make good money with this up front unless you're selling hundreds, and even selling hundreds, you know, you're only making hundreds of dollars. You really have to sell thousands to make thousands of dollars per month with a business like this, and it has to be all profit.
On a positive note, other than the initial time and money it takes to generate patterns and Etsy's fees, there aren't really any other costs. The profit margin is 70 to 90%. It's hot. I'm going to use eRank's profit calculator to determine my exact pricing, paying in mind Etsy's fees and a 50% discount that I'm going to apply to all my listings. My final sale price will be $2.49. The last 2 elements are the title and the tags. I'm going to fill both with popular keywords related to digital paper.
Definitely important to use all the tags. Like you can see here, 0 tags left, and he used basically all the characters in his title. Super important.
And my AI patterns niche. A few good ways to come up with keywords are by looking at similar listings, Etsy's search suggestions, eRank, and AI. Using ChatGPT, I can easily generate a bunch of different keywords to use. The listing is live. My eggplants are out and about. Now, to create a bunch more listings, and I mean a lot more. Let's see how many AI patterns I can sell in the next 30 days. So for the past week, I've been grinding. I've created over 100 new listings and over 800 individual AI patterns in total. All I see now are just patterns everywhere. To help with creating prompts, I've been using the awesome Midjourney command /describe. Let's say I came across this pattern of oranges and wanted a prompt that could generate something similar to it. I can write /describe to Midjourney and then upload a
Okay, so he said he's been working every day for 7 days to make just 100 patterns, which is a good start, getting 100 patterns out there. I don't know how many hours per day he was putting in for this for a week straight, but it's definitely going to be a grind, even if it's just a few hours a day for 7 days straight to get your store up and running. It's a good amount of work, and it's mostly going to be busy work here of creating these patterns. So it is a lot of work up front for possibly losing money or barely making anything. So keep that in mind as well. And now he's getting more into the design process, which isn't really the main point of this video because anyone can figure out how to make these with AI or without AI, to be honest.
Other than that, no sales so far. Hopefully, all these new listings will bring in some soon.
Okay, so no sales in the first 7 days. He got 100 products uploaded. Not sure how many he did per day, but so far nothing in 7 days. So let's see what he's getting into here next.
Hey, someone favorited my listing. I've actually been getting quite a few favorites recently. It's a good sign. However, it's not a sale. It's day 15, halfway into the challenge, and I still got nothing. With Etsy, it does take some time for new listings to percolate into the search and algorithm. But I got a challenge to complete.
Okay, that's not 100% true. If you have a trending product that people are searching for, I've uploaded products to Etsy and made sales, even multiple sales, the same day on trending products, which is another niche you can get into. Is just, you know, when something trending comes up, like a TV show, make something around the TV show without using copyright, something like that. Popular show could be something in politics, news. So Definitely, that's not true. He said he's halfway through here, 15 days, and he's just waiting for them to get picked up in the algorithm. I don't really think that is 100% true. But it does help if you're getting a lot of sales on those products, then time does matter. If you're getting sales over time, it's more likely that Etsy's going to be promoting those designs and products that actually have been getting sales more so than in the beginning when you first upload them that have zero sales. So in that case, I guess it is true.
It's time to crank things up and turn on Etsy ads. I'm going to spend $1 a day and hope for the best. The last time I turned on Etsy ads when I tried selling AI art prints for 30 days, it landed me sales real quick. So I hope I get the same luck this time around. Fingers crossed. Unfortunately, luck.
Okay, interesting that he did AI art designs. I gotta check that video out, maybe react to that one as well if you guys like this video.
Wasn't on my side. By day 23, I still had no sales. The ads weren't helping, or at least they weren't helping fast enough. Things weren't looking good. I'm wondering, do my patterns look bad? Are my thumbnails okay? My titles, tags, prices?
No, the problem is everything looks fine, but it's just an insanely saturated market. I mean, if you search wildflowers patterns, you're gonna get hundreds of thousands of results, and this is probably buried on, page 100 or more that people would have to keep scrolling through all these hundreds of pages just to find. So that's really the main issue here.
I guess I could speculate an infinite number of reasons. My best guess is that there's just a lot of competition out there that's limiting the exposure and value of my listings. My account has no reviews either, which doesn't help. If I did have more time, I think this is what I'd do. I'd consider evolving the business model and actually using these AI patterns to make and sell my own print-on-demand products, like mugs. It's a natural step forward that's pretty easy to do and could not only land me more sales, but more.
Okay, I do agree with this. Put the patterns on other things, but I don't recommend mugs or something like that. You got to find those products, which I've made a ton of videos on, of finding niche products and underrepresented products on Etsy. So you're actually going to show up in search results just throwing these patterns on mugs. Honestly, I don't think he's going to have much more success if he ends up trying that.
More profit per sale. Maybe. I'll see you on day 30. We've made it to the end of the challenge. Before I reveal to you if it was an utter failure or if a miracle happened in the last week, here are my honest thoughts. Selling AI patterns is not as easy as it seems. Everyone and their grandma can whip up an AI pattern with Midjourney. It's dead simple, but it also leads to a very saturated.
Yeah, exactly. 1.1 million results. Not sure what he searched for that to come up, but a lot of these products that he made, search results, there's going to be way too many. You're going to be buried on, way back in the page count there.
Market on Etsy. You can combat this by niching down on certain topics, but then you still face another problem: low prices. To put it into perspective, for me to profit $100 at my listings prices, I need to sell 53 packs. That's potentially 53 customers I need to convince. It's already hard enough to convince one. Plus, I'm not even considering advertising costs. To make sales, you likely need to turn on Etsy ads. Its cost will cut deep.
Yeah, so the profit margins are insane. He gets it. I'm pretty sure he just did this challenge because he wanted to prove a point, which I like, that he actually is getting out there and trying these side hustles that are supposedly super easy and people are making videos on that have millions of views saying that they're super easy. So I actually appreciate that he tried this and being honest about the results. And honestly, I agree with a lot of what he has to say.
Deeper into revenue, which already isn't much, which means you'll need to sell even more AI patterns to see decent profits. It's rough. Okay, it's time for the reveal. I sold a total number of 2 AI patterns, one vintage lace pattern and one Navajo tribal pattern. I earned a total revenue of $7.47. For my expenses, Midjourney cost $31.50 for a 1-month subscription, and Etsy ads cost $15 over 15 days. Etsy also charged me 48 cents in transaction fees, 73 cents in processing fees, 15 cents in tax on seller fees, and 20 cents per listing in listing fees. I had 107 listings, so that cost me $21.40.
Wow, okay, so he made $7.47 in revenue, basically guessing that those were all from the Etsy ads. So if you just count the revenue minus the ads, you're already negative 750, and then add in the transaction, you're up to negative 8, and adding the processing and tax, you're like at negative 9 here. We should only count the listing fees for the 2 products, so it's really adding another 40 cents. So really he lost $10 just trying to get 2 sales. So I mean, it is kind of encouraging that he did get 2 sales with these ads. So if you bump up the Etsy ads for more than $1 per day, I don't think that's going to do much. Try like $3 or $4 or $5 a day. Try to see what is working here. Let Etsy ads do their thing, and can maybe actually make this profitable in the long run if you figure out how to run ads. But it is actually pretty promising that he was able to get 2 sales with just $15 in ads, and I think he should honestly up his price point to everything $5, not do the 249. That's just way too small of a profit margin.
In total, my net income for this challenge is negative $61.79. Dang! Comment below if you want to see me sell AI mugs for 30 days. Other than that, be sure to like this video.
All right, so all in all, we did see that he put in a good amount of effort to this. I think for a week straight, he said he was grinding to make these patterns and upload them on Etsy, but in the end ended up losing a good amount of money. Only made a couple sales once he started running ads, but I think the profit for his total sales of 2 patterns was like $5, and he spent, I think it was like $15 on ads. Really not profitable. He said at the end of the video he might try it for a longer period of time, but he's going to have to get some traction on his store. It's definitely possible, but you can see it's definitely not as easy as it seems. So if you guys enjoyed this one, check out some of the other reaction videos if you like this style of video, or if you're trying to learn how to be successful on Etsy, check out some of my Etsy videos as well. Appreciate you watching the video. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in another one.